Hello and welcome to Wildlife Cam. Civets and genets are quite closely related to each other, and they aren't cats, although they look like them, but they do belong to the same superfamily as cats and hyenas. The baby Impala coming in on the bottom left. There's still a lot of females who haven't had their babies yet. They seem to be a lot more spread out this year than normal. A clueless tortoise coming in on the right hand side there. Seems to have absolutely no idea that there's a herd of elephants right there. And you'll see as it gets to the edge of the water it suddenly realizes what's happening and tries to make a break for it. The one thing in its favour is that it looks very much like a rock, and elephants don't like to stand on loose rocks. I mean, they will walk across all the rocks that I put in front of them, but most of them have been wedged in now, so one tortoise-shaped rock standing on its own, they'd be very reluctant to stand on it. The coast is clear and now you can have a swim. Far too much activity for the tortoise's liking, so off it goes and back another day. The starling was especially aggressive on this visit. He kept coming back to the camera over and over again to attack it. And I think the reason was he'd brought his kids in for a visit. Not that little one, that's a blue waxbill that he's about to chase away. But the two in the background that come to the bird bath now are sub-adult starlings. Not quite as glossy as the adult, and if you look carefully you can see a little bit of white lining on the edge of the mouth. It's very common in baby birds to have either orange or white lining to the mouth just to make an easier target for the parents to shove food into it. So the starling, he wasn't taking any chances with the camera, making sure it didn't get up to any funny business. Unusual sighting for us, a male waterbuck. It's one of the lion's favourite prey items because they're really big, they're not especially fast, and they don't really fight back like some other animals do. Not a lot of birds around lately, not just at the pond but in general around the garden. But we did have this Jacobin cuckoo come in for a drink. I don't know if I've mentioned this before because I forget all the things that I've said over all the videos that I've done. And I don't think it really matters. People don't watch every video that I do, so if I repeat myself every now and again it's okay. But the reason small antelope like duiker and steenbok tend to be on their own, or in this case a mother and a youngster, is that it's much easier for them to avoid predators by hiding. They're small enough to be able to hide in the grass or in the small bushes, and if there was a group of them it would make them more detectable by predators. But once they get above a certain size like the impala, then it's impossible for them to hide. At some point the predators are going to spot them. And so for them to occur in large groups where they have lots of eyes and ears so that they can see the predator before it gets close to them is a much better survival tactic. And this is a group that we've had quite often over the last year or so. I'm going to call them the fourways pride because it seems to be the center of their territory, the four-way intersection quite near to us. And it's the two females, the young male that's very nearly fully grown, and then the three little cubs which we haven't seen for a while, so I'm glad they're all still there. And in this case they seem to have picked up one other adult, so probably one of the younger females from the main pride. So they do join up with the rest of the pride from time to time, but they are quite often seen on their own, so it's just easier to refer to them as their own pride. We had quite a violent thunderstorm that night, but it was very short, so in the end we only had about 8 millimeters of rain. The civet came past this camera 3 times in exactly the same direction, so I've just included one of the clips. It's lovely to see the zebra close up like this, and it looks as if the stripy pattern has been painted on. A young porcupine just doing a flyby. It's not stopping for a drink this time. A pair of mating frogs in the middle of the rocks there about to be surprised by a jealous rival. They manage to hide from him and make their escape. The foam nest frog sitting on top of the rock isn't interested in all the drama going on beneath. There are 2 toads calling here, one behind the mating pair and another one off in the background, and have to synchronize their calls so that they don't call over the top of each other. So if one changes its timing, the other one has to change a little bit too. And the lucky male is clinging to his girlfriend for dear life. Thanks for watching.